Hey guys, I know that I've been gone for about 2 weeks, but I have been recording. I just decided to take a little bit of time off in the beginning of the new year, get my life together, and get a schedule. Oh, I'm chapped, y'all, forgive me. But as I was saying, take a couple weeks off, get myself together, get a video schedule, and I have basically done that. Excuse my face, I don't have any makeup on. She does have her wig on. But other than that, I'm just kind of like, I'm around. I have not left YouTube. I am going to relaunch the channel. I will be glad. I will be putting up a video Saturday. Saturday. Um, Excuse my bare face. My skin gets really cray this time of year when it's cold, and so my skin is kind of, it cleared up for a little bit, but it's kind of going through it again. But don't fret, because I have a refill from my dermatologist on some acne products that I'm going to start back using. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm going to have basically a New Year's, I know I'm a little behind, but just a video going up on Saturday, just talking about what you guys can expect on the channel, what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having fun. We're basically going to be doing some live streams and just spending more quality time together and more cooking videos. I'm going to still do some beauty videos and some mukbangs, but my channel is basically a cooking channel, and I don't want to lose sight with that. I really struggled this last week trying to decide what changes were going to be made on Bama Girls Cafe, if I was going to keep the name Bama Girl Cafe, if I was going to split the channel up, because I was looking back over the videos and it just seemed like they were kind of all over the place in December and November, but I just haven't decided yet. I know some of you guys think I should keep the channel the same because you like seeing the variety, but I just don't want my channel to become flooded with a whole bunch of stuff and not remain true to what it is. But Bama Girl Cafe is supposed to be about me cooking in my life, things I like, things I want to do. And when I started the channel, it was basically just primarily to be about food. And then I started realizing that there were a lot of things that I could do that you guys might enjoy. So I started adding things. I got better lights, I got better equipment, and it all worked out for the best. So I've been looking at my subscriber numbers, and y'all, we are almost at 400 subscribers now. That is a big deal because I was under 100 for a whole year almost. My channel has just about gained 300 and some subscribers in the last 3 months, and that is really amazing to me because I didn't know that I would have that kind of growth. I was never going to give up and quit YouTube because the numbers weren't large, but I just figured it would take time. But the channel is really growing, and I'm excited to see the type of growth. So I want to make sure that I'm doing things that you guys like, and I want to remain true to who I am. And I really have been struggling with that the last couple of weeks. Basically, let's just keep it funky, y'all, here on Bama Girl Cafe. I've really been struggling with that since November. Struggling with my identity, myself as a person, how people see me, how they view me. And that's another reason why I had to kind of, after the holidays, step back. As you guys know, in November, I took a trip to Chicago to visit a family member. And the trip, okay for the most part, but I didn't even put up the vlogs from the trip. or anything because I just felt like there was so much negative energy during that trip, and I really didn't want that on my channel. So I didn't put up the blogs, but basically, I um I had a really problematic childhood, and it was just one of those things. I survived it, thank God. But basically, um, and if this video is long, you guys forgive me, but I just feel like I really need you guys to know who I am before we go any farther with the channel or anything. But basically, I was born in Mobile, Alabama. My my mother and my father were together for a little while, and then they went their separate ways because my dad couldn't keep his ends pants. And my mom had a lot of problems, and she was the youngest of her siblings. And her and my grandfather had a very beautiful relationship. She was like the apple of his eye, and she was like his baby, his heart, his love. And that caused a lot of problems for one of her siblings in particular. And when I was born, the same sibling that my mother couldn't get along with was my aunt. And she was much older than me. And she really mistreated me as a child. And her distaste for my mother spilled on to me. And she was very abusive towards me as a child, emotionally and physically. She would pinch me. She would call me all types of horrible names. And for a lot of years, she made me feel like when I would see her or be around her, her and another one of my family members would make me feel like I was the worst person in the world, that I was horrible. And basically, they were mistreating me because of the jealousy they had of the relationship between me and my grandfather. Me and my grandfather was like carrots and peas. He was my favorite person, even though he's not with me anymore. He is still my favorite person in the world. And that relationship that me and him had caused a lot of problems in my family, the way people treated me. A lot of people in my family were mean to me because of it. A lot of people mistreated me because of his preference. And it wasn't like he was treating any other grandchildren any different. We just had a very special relationship. And I was his baby. And this aunt she caused a lot of emotional damage, and I don't think she realized by the things she used to say. She's called me a whore. She used to cuss me out. She attacked me one time, and her and my grandfather had a dispute, and she basically went back to Chicago, and I think she blamed me for it because a couple years later, he passed, and they hadn't really been on good terms in my opinion, ever since that. She just really mistreated me a lot of my life, and we had a family function this summer, and we kind of like the whole family was there, and I was kind of thinking, well, okay, I've changed, and I really wanted to build a relationship with my aunt because she's older. So when I took my nephew back to when I took him to Chicago so that my other aunts could take him back to Alabama, I stayed with her a couple days, and it was okay. She was saying little things that I felt, but I was just like, I'm not going to take it to heart. Maybe I'm just being really sensitive. And in November, I made the decision to go and see her. And it was around the times that the Cubs won the World Series, and Chicago was lit, y'all. I had so much fun with my other family members, but I realized that her views of me and her opinions of me had not changed, and she still talked down to me. She made a lot of really hurtful comments to me that kind of made me have to go and look at myself and ask myself, is this what people really think of me? Because you have some people who think of me when they see me, they misjudge me on how I look. Because usually I'm all the way jazzed up and in high heels, big hair, and makeup. I'm kind of like, really glamorous. And I hope you guys will get to see more of that side of me this year. But she basically just tore me down emotionally before I left Chicago. And the type of person I used to be, when people would attack me, I would attack them back. I would have harsh words. I'd be ready to fight. I'd whip your ass for words. But as I've gotten older, I've mellowed out. And I kind of just took it and I didn't retaliate and I kind of just held it in. And not only did I got sick when I came back from Chicago, too. So I just spent like the last couple months kind of feeling down and examining myself, and I realized that her opinions of me are just her opinions, but they really hurt my feelings, and it was hard to like look at myself because the fact that somebody could even say that I was a whore or a slut at one point in my life, which these things are never true. But you have people who want to place you in a role and they want to make you out to be something that you're not because it makes them feel better about their life. But basically, that's how she's always thought of me. Her and another aunt and a couple of my cousins, they basically just made people think that I was a horrible person and that I was loose. I mean, I'm like any other woman when I was in my 20s and when I was younger. I had fun. I didn't sleep around. I had the majority of my early 20s, I had a steady boyfriend for a very long time, to the fact that people thought we were going to get married. And I dated, but I'm like any other woman in their 20s these days. I never lived with anybody until I got married. Um, I don't have any kids. I never wanted to have kids out of wedlock. I wasn't a bad person. I have my morals and my beliefs, but I respect other people's beliefs and morals and how they live their life. I just chose to live my life different, and a lot of decisions that I made as an adult, as a young adult, was because of the situation that I saw people in my family get into, or how my mother was. So I just knew I wanted to live my life a different way. I didn't stand on the rooftop and scream out, "Oh, I'm not gonna have kids until I get married," or "I'm never going to live with somebody until I'm married because it's wrong." I didn't condemn people for the way they live their life. I just felt like those were the best decisions for me to keep me safe and to protect myself, because by the time I was 20, I didn't have any parents. My dad is alive, but he wasn't really in my life. My grandfather had passed, and I really didn't have anybody, so I knew that I couldn't afford to make the mistakes of having a child or just doing anything overtly crazy or just going out and really experiencing life. But basically, the story is that I went there. She said some horrible things to me. I got depressed. And then she turned around and she made some comments to some other family members about me. And that's when I realized that it was never me. I'm not a bad person. In fact, I extended the olive branch and I went to stay with her and I tried to build a relationship with her because I felt like it was the right thing to do, because she is my aunt. And I wanted, because she's older, I wanted to build a relationship with her. And she basically tried to tear me down, y'all. She kind of got to me for a little bit, but I've bounced back. And I realized that people's opinions of you are like assholes. Everybody got one. And people are not necessarily ever going to see you the way you see yourself, if you see yourself in the truth. And not everybody's not gonna like you, including family. Um, so you just have to learn to live with it. And you know, after just having some deep discussions with people and really examining the whole situation, I've lived my life in fear of what people would say about me, even though I'm very outspoken and outgoing. I live my life and I kind of separate myself from people sometimes because I feel like if I don't let people in, then they can't hurt me. So I only have a few people in my life who really know me and understand me that I talk to, because I don't like to let people in because I don't like the dirtiness of it all. And I kind of, because of my childhood, it kind of pushed me into being, what's the word? I won't say antisocial because I'm not antisocial. I love to socialize with people, but it kind of forced me to be an introvert to a degree, because I don't want people to get that close to me because I don't want them to hurt me. So, doing the YouTube channel was a way to step out of myself and get out there and try to make more friends, because I really don't have a lot of friends, y'all. Like, I think people are my friends and they do things like things I would never do to people. And I just thought it would be a way to, get out and let people really see me and share my talents and everything with the world. And I'm kind of happy I did it because I was so afraid of people criticizing me or being mean or harsh, but then um, I got over it and it got easier. And I'm glad that I decided to do YouTube. And I'm glad that I can pick up the phone or the camera and kind of like talk to you guys. It makes me feel better. But yeah, so there are going to be a lot of changes on the channel. If you don't like va va voom and extra sexiness, not sluttiness, but like sexiness and loud and big hair, because y'all can see, girl, look at this, look at this. She is giving me life. But if you guys don't like that, then I don't know what to tell y'all because I'm about to live it up. I was just saying, I don't want life to make me jaded. I never wanted to be jaded. And that used to be one of my favorite songs when I was young. Jaded. But no, I don't want to be jaded. I don't want to trap myself because of the fear of what people will say about me or think about me. I've had people tell me, "Oh, you think you better than us," family members or people I thought were my friends, and it's never that I thought I was better than them. And I found myself shutting myself off or not reaching my full potential because I didn't want to offend anybody. But if you offended now, it's pretty much on you. I'm not holding back anymore, and I'm not going to let people dull my light because they tell me that I think I'm better than them. Maybe I am. Everybody's better at something than the next person. But I just want to be happy. I want to live my life, be me, not be afraid of what people have to say about me, not be afraid of how people look at me when I walk out of the house with a face full of makeup and big hair and big boobs and a 6-inch heel. And I don't care anymore. You know, I just, I don't care. So you guys are going to get to see, bam, Octavia. You guys are going to get to see more of me and experience life through my eyes. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. It's hard because I've lived 32 years of my life trying to not offend other people by being myself. But that won't happen anymore. So I know I'm going to get a lot of flashback or from my family and some people, but that's okay. Because y'all, I just posted a picture on Instagram and girl, it was all sex, okay? But that's how I was feeling. And sometimes I feel like a little sexy vixen. Sometimes I want to fro, you know. Some days I want to look like, you know, my style changes so much. And I was trying to like stick to a certain hairstyle and stick to a certain image. Y'all, look, I am all over the place with my fashion and my hair, okay? Because tomorrow I'm going to be wearing a straight silky wig and tonight I'm in a fro. And earlier I had some cornrows, but I'm just going to live my life, and I hope that you guys can accept it here at Bama Girls Cafe. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Like I said, I got a lot of different videos coming up. I'm going to put all my talent on this channel, from jewelry making to hair, cooking, picking out clothes, shopping. Whatever I feel like doing, that's what's you guys are gonna see. But it's gonna be a lot of cooking vlogs. A lot. The cooking vlogs are gonna definitely be the main priority on the channel. But I'm happy. I'm in a good place mentally and emotionally. And it just feels good, you know, to finally know that all of the scuffs and all the emotional damage that some people did to me, that it absolutely had nothing to do with me. It was just, you know, them taking out their feelings on me, because I was not normal as a teenager or as a child. I've never known what normalcy is. And I know people, you know, what is normal? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm definitely not normal, y'all. I just, you know, I used to get told, you talk like a white girl, you act like a white girl, you a prep, you a slut, you a whore, anything you can think of that's harmful in nature. I've been called a bed wench. Like, these are things that have come from people in my family. But I don't care anymore what they gonna do to me. Huh? They gonna whoop my ass? No, definitely not. So I don't really care if people criticize me anymore. Yeah, I learned that because like that November trip, it took me down a dark path. And I'm not gonna ever let anybody make me feel that way, especially when I know I haven't done anything to them, and I'm definitely not what they think I am. So, with that being said, you guys, I'm back, and be expecting a video on a Saturday. And it's going to be the reintroduction of Bama Girls Cafe, what's going to be going on the channel. And then I'm going to flood y'all with about 3 or 4 videos. And then we're going to go back to 2 videos a week, sometimes a little bit more. But we're going to have fun here. And I want to interact with you guys. So, you can find me on my Facebook page at Octavia, Octavia, Bama Girl, Millhouse, Milhouse, on Facebook. And it's Bama Girl Cafe, spaced out, on Instagram and Snapchat, Bama Girl Cafe, all running together. So I'll link all of those down below in the description box. I'm going to try to get more on Snapchat and Instagram so y'all can just see what's going on throughout the day. And that's pretty much it. I love you guys. Sorry the video is so long, but I just really need to come on here and talk to y'all, so y'all don't be shocked. It's just y'all might say, and the conversations that might go down on this channel, because it's about to get lit over here in 2017, y'all. But I love you guys. All my new subbies, hey, how y'all doing? I see y'all. All my subbies who've been here from day one, I love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging around, sticking around, supporting your girl, and I'll see